European, Germanic,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. There's a, you know, there's a little bit of Irish,
Yeah.
but that's in the past couple of 100 years. If you want, if I, you know, and I only found out that by accident.
Often, when we talk about Black British history, it's almost always referenced alongside slavery. However, significant parts of the Black British historical narrative have been shrouded in mystery for far too long. This manifests not least in our perception of Africanness, or what it means to be Black and British, but also in our willingness to explore White Britain's own African origin. Most white British people today would not doubt a Germanic or indeed an Anglo-Saxon heritage. Why would they? However, confronted with the possibility of an African heritage may be a step too far for far too many white people.
So why is White Britain mortified by its perceived African heritage? After all, evolutionary theorists submit that all human life began in Africa.
Recent findings show that Black people have lived in Britain for many centuries. Scientists confirmed that a skeleton found in Beachy Head, East Sussex in 1953 was that of a Black African woman who lived in Britain more than 1700 years ago. Shocking as it may be, this goes to prove that Black presence in Britain predates slavery by many centuries. I'm here in Manchester's St Anne's Square, and to many, it's just an ordinary English town square.
Between 1845 and 1846, number 22, which today houses some well-known brands, was the abode of a very important African-American figure.
It was home to abolitionist Frederick Douglass. From there, the young Douglass wrote several letters fighting his cause, which was to put an end to the barbaric trade in human beings. Today, aside from his letters, which are publicly available on the World Wide Web, you wouldn't know that such an important figure traversed this place. There are no monuments, no plaques, no statues to commemorate what he did here.
Like Douglass, 20,000 Black people were already living and working in London by 1764. Most worked as servants, and although slavery wasn't legal on British soil, those Black Georgians, for the most part, lived in grave fear of racism.
Fortunately, because of the absence of anti-miscegenation laws, which prohibits marriage between white and Black people as it was in America, many Black Georgian men decided to shed their Black skin by assimilating into society by marrying local white women. This angered most whites at the time. However, it went unhindered till this day.
My great-granddad was James Thomas. He also named his own child James Thomas. He came from Ishi, Calabar, Nigeria. He was born there on the 17th of August, 1897. He then travelled from Nigeria on steamships as a stoker, keeping the ship's fuel burning as people travelled. I feel like I'd like to visit Nigeria and try and find, you know, a bit more about the family history, to be honest. You know, people should have answers to their heritage, and they should be trying to search for where they came from.
As a result of the intermarriage between black and white people, it is estimated that there are between 2 to 3 million white descendants of Black Georgians living in Britain today.
2 to 3 million is a huge number of people, many of whom have no idea of their ancestral connections to Africa because of their lack of awareness and education about the Black Georgians and of those who came before them. A lack of awareness of the contributions they made to Britain, but more importantly, their positions as fathers and mothers to millions of white British people. With the renewal of racism and xenophobia following the Brexit vote, perhaps it's time to reawaken a nation that's gradually seeping into despair around its identity and connections beyond the shores of Britain. Connections to Africa that go beyond the colour of skin. Connections deeply embedded within its DNA.